Minister of Defense visits Chief Secretary. Education gaps in Tobago highlighted by tutor officer. And Tobago Public Cemeteries gets upgraded. Good evening, I'm Kristen Salandi. Welcome to the Tobago Updates television news for Friday, 29th of August, 2025. To our top story. Minister of Defense Wayne Sturge met with Chief Secretary Fali Augustine in Tobago earlier today. A Facebook post made by the Office of the Chief Secretary stated that the meeting focused on reinforcing Tobago's security infrastructure, with particular attention given to the operational capacity of existing defense installations. Minister Sturge reaffirmed the ministry's support for Tobago's unique security needs. The visit is the latest in a series of engagements between national ministers and the Tobago House of Assembly since the formation of the current national government, reflecting a renewed spirit of cooperation and alignment on pressing governance issues. As thousands of students and teachers prepare to return to the classroom, the new academic year begins amid familiar concerns over school readiness and the integration of modern technology. The Tobago officer for the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association, Braden Roberts, is calling for structured, sustainable investment in education, warning that a lack of financial backing is undermining progress. Reporter Joel Green George has our report.
With the first bell set to ring, Tobago's educators are focused on being ready for their students. Tutors Tobago officer Braden Roberts says while teachers have used the extended vacation to prepare, true readiness hinges on addressing systemic issues that continue to plague the island's education sector.
Well, I would trust that the beginning would be one of preparedness. I see that we would have been given an additional week this time around, and I trust that it is used to the best so that we are prepared. Prepared both in terms of the school being prepared and even as teachers, that we are prepared with our schemes and our plan of work. I know that when we meet our children, there is still a diagnostic to do because we don't teach content, we teach children. So we will still need to learn some of our children and tweak some of those plans that we would have had during this period.
A major hurdle is the push towards digitizing classrooms. While the government is rolling out laptops, Robert argues the initiative is hamstrung by a critical lack of funding for the necessary infrastructure, like stable high-speed internet, which remains a challenge in many schools and homes.
Increasing technology and having AI utilized within that technology has financial requirements, and I have not seen that backing from the government, whether it's the THA or from the ministry.
Roberts describes the laptop distribution as a political tactic that offers a tangible handout without creating sustainable change. He believes this approach prioritizes appearances over the long-term developmental needs to truly advance education.
I hold a firm belief that the quality of politics in Trinidad and Tobago hinders development. Setting programs in place and building does not give a politician a good look because they have a 4 or 5 year period to impress the people. So giving out laptops is something tangible that they can see they did for the education system. The use of it, we would figure it out, but they will be able to say to the population, we gave laptops.
Compounding these issues is uncertainty surrounding school repairs. Despite tutor submitting feedback on critical needs months ago, Robert says the union has been left in the dark about which projects are being prioritized, raising concerns about the physical readiness of school plants for the new term.
We are going out the Thursday, Friday next week when teachers will be there, so at least we'll have a real example. Going out and watching buildings, not knowing which contractor will be there, what work they're doing, wouldn't assist us at this moment. I had a brief conversation with the secretary where she indicated that we would be invited on site visits and so on when they are ready. But we were not given any information as to what projects they would be working on, although we would have submitted to them some of the feedback we got as to the needs of the schools.
As the new term begins, the call from educators is clear for genuine progress, tangible resources, and a structured, well-funded plan must follow the promises of a modern education system. Jewel Green George for Tobago Updates Television News.
The government of Trinidad and Tobago has approved the creation of a national policy for gated communities to help residents protect their neighborhoods. An interministerial committee headed by the Minister of Rural Development and Local Government, Khadija Amin, will develop a framework to ensure these communities operate in accordance with the law. Reporter Kimberly Mitchell has more.
While some communities have received approval in the past, Minister Amin pointed out that there is no set policy, leading to inconsistent results. The new committee will examine all legal avenues and approval requirements to ensure a consistent approach moving forward.
Standing your ground and protecting your communities. So this would examine all legal avenues and approvals required for communities, residents, to come together by consensus. The agencies that will be required to give approvals, those that will be required to be consulted, and to allow those communities to be gated. Now let me tell you that we have already had communities who have attempted to and were not successful, and some who were given approval, but there is no set policy.
Minister Amin cited the Valsane and Penal communities as examples where resident associations have worked with local corporations and other agencies to get temporary approval for things like monitored gateways. She said these communities have even hired private security firms to help restrict and monitor vehicles entering the area, allowing for quicker responses to suspicious activity.
That in the Valsane South area, that falls under Tunapuna Piako Regional Corporation and also falls in St. Augustine constituency. The Residents Association there has gone through with the regional corporations and several other entities to get approval to place a temporary gateway to restrict and monitor vehicles that enter the area, and to take note of it, they have gone further to hire private security firms to work with them.
To resolve this, an interministerial committee has been established. This committee, which includes representatives from various government ministries and the Tobago House of Assembly, will review all legal and regulatory aspects to develop a comprehensive and consistent policy.
The representatives of this committee will include, of course, the Ministry of Rural Development and Local Government, the Office of the Attorney General, the Ministry of Homeland Security, the Ministry of Public Utilities, because as you will appreciate, many of those areas have water lines, electricity poles and other utilities, the Ministry of Planning, Economic Development, the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure, the Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries, the Ministry of Health, the Tobago House of Assembly representative, as well as the Trinidad and Tobago Association of Local Government Authorities, which is the representative bodies for regional corporations.
This initiative aligns with the government's position on empowering citizens to protect themselves and their communities. The goal is to create a clear, uniform policy that allows communities to enhance their own security. I'm Kimberly Mitchell, reporting for Tobago Updates Television News.
More news after the break. Stay with us.
Tobago, it's time to celebrate.
Get ready for Scarborough's biggest event of the year, the Tobago Independence Day Celebration 2025.
One island, one day, one unforgettable experience. Start the day right with a 5K road race from 6 a.m. Then from 7:30 a.m., it's on to the 10K cycling road race.
On the Scarborough Esplanade, the action heats up from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. with the Sport and Family Day Fun Zone, with activities activities like powerboat races, goat racing, and for the kids, bouncy castles, face painting, and much more. And if you're looking for a quiet day, from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Shore Park Complex, feel the spirit with harmony in prayer and song. Then it's straight to the amphitheater for the Lime Gospel Concert from 6 p.m.
And what better way to wind down the day with an open-air movie night under the stars at the Botanical Gardens from 8 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Bring your family,
Grab your friends.
and come and be a part of the island's proudest moment.
Faith, culture.
Family and fun.
This is Tobago at its best, and you're invited.
The event of the century is here.
AMPLIA.
100 years of excellence to honor the past and ignite the future. Saturday, September 30th at the Magdalena. The Centennial Gala, hosted by Bishop's High School Tobago. An all-inclusive evening of entertainment, culinary delights, and timeless vibes. And at midnight, raise your glass as we welcome the next 100 years. Limited early bird tickets, $750. Secure yours at islandetickets.com. An all-white affair. One night, one century, one legacy.
Quartz is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Quartz Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. Hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Quartz Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
Thanks for staying with us. The Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection is upgrading public cemeteries in several communities across Tobago, including Plymouth, Castara, Goodwood, and Delaford. This initiative is part of the division's ongoing commitment to improving public services for the people of Tobago. The refurbishment project aims to enhance the facilities, providing a more dignified and respectful space for users. The division has released a video showcasing the progress of the work, highlighting its dedication to serving the public. A new chapter in road safety is beginning as the Ministry of Transport and Civil Aviation launched a comprehensive program to rehabilitate motorists who have had their licenses suspended under the new demerit point system. The initiative, announced in a post-cabinet media briefing, aims to transform suspended drivers into road ambassadors, addressing a critical national issue. Joel Green George has the details.
Rehabilitation program officially kicked off this week, offering a second chance to individuals whose licenses have been revoked after accumulating excessive demerit points. The first session took place at the Caroni Licensing Office on August 18th with a small but dedicated group of 27 participants. The program's launch follows a concerning trend of road traffic fatalities, which the Ministry of Works and Transport has identified as a top national security concern. According to data from the World Health Organization, Trinidad and Tobago consistently records a high number of road-related deaths, a statistic this new program aims to drastically reduce.
The Drivers Rehabilitation Program for persons who would have lost their driver's license due to the demerit points. On August 18th, 2025, we had our first class at the Caroni License Office. 27 persons attended, and this week we launched in San Fernando and 50 persons attended. Very soon we'll be starting classes in Port of Spain and Tobago.
The program is part of a broader, multi-pronged strategy to reshape driver behavior and instill a culture of safety. The curriculum includes a mix of theory and practical exercises, focusing on defensive driving, the rules of the road, and the consequences of carelessness. It's a proactive approach that goes beyond penalizing errant behavior, seeking to empower those who have made mistakes to become positive examples.
We are launching very soon a road safety initiative. We are also using the opportunity of the driver rehabilitation program, because the persons who are going through this course is a 2.5-day rigorous course. I actually attended the class this week. I had an exam at the end, and we are hoping that many of these persons will be now road ambassadors.
The pilot program, which also launched in San Fernando with 50 attendees, is already seeing strong participation, with upcoming sessions planned for Port of Spain and Tobago to ensure a nationwide reach. The government's vision extends to the next generation, with plans to introduce road safety education at the grassroots level.
We are actually in conversations right now with the Ministry of Education, where we're starting programs in each school.
With road safety remaining a critical issue, this new rehabilitation program offers a path forward not just for drivers, but for the entire nation. From the currently licensing office to communities across our islands, the push is on to make our roads safer for everyone. Jewel Green George for Tobago Updates Television News.
You're watching the Tobago Updates Television News. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. More news right after this.
Skibidoo bang bang. Yours truly Juby representing for Neon, a tribal affair by Highlighter Entertainment. We are here.
Tobago, are you ready? Highlighter Entertainment's Neon, a Tribal Affair. Costume sales are live. Register now at highlighterentertainment.com. This is Carnival meets culture. Rhythm meets rebellion. Neon is calling. And your moment is now. Light up the night.
I jamming on the pavement with Neon.
Tobago, it's time to celebrate.
Get ready for Scarborough's biggest event of the year, the Tobago Independence Day Celebration 2025.
One island, one day, one unforgettable experience. Start the day right with a 5K road race from 6 a.m. Then from 7:30 a.m., it's on to the 10K cycling road race.
On the Scarborough Esplanade, the action heats up from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. with the Sport and Family Day Fun Zone, with activities like powerboat races, goat racing, and for the kids, bouncy castles, face painting, and much more. And if you're looking for a quiet day, from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Shore Park Complex, feel the spirit with harmony in prayer and song. Then it's straight to the amphitheater for the Lime Gospel Concert from 6 p.m.
And what better way to wind down the day with an open-air movie night under the stars at the Botanical Gardens from 8 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Bring your family,
Grab your friends,
and come and be a part of the island's proudest moment.
faith, culture.
Family and fun.
This is Tobago at its best, and you're invited.
Rise and shine, Tobago. The breakfast vibes you've been waiting for is here. It's time for Sun Up Tobago, the ultimate breakfast inclusive pool party that kicks off your carnival in style. Join us on Thursday, October 23rd from 6 a.m. to 12 noon at Scarborough House, 138 Milford Road. Music pumping, breakfast sizzling, coolers flowing, and vibes unmatched. This is where sun, sea, soca, and celebration collides. Get your early bird tickets now at Pablo Supermarkets, Barcode, Lost Restaurant, and Launch. Signature Cuts, IslandEtickets.com, and committee members. Don't miss the event where Tobago Carnival truly begins. Sun Up Tobago. Come for the breakfast, stay for the vibe.
Back. At the CARIFESTA 15 Big Conversations, Caribbean leaders reflected on a bygone era of regional unity where people moved freely across borders without the constraints of today. In Barbados, the call came to reclaim the lost sense of community and address the remaining challenges. Reporter Jewel Green George has more.
From the hallowed grounds of Golden Square Freedom Park, Bridgetown, leaders from across the region are urging a return to a more integrated path. They say the fight for Caribbean civilization isn't just about culture and art. It's about the fundamental right of people to move, work, and live freely across our collective home. In a striking panel discussion, both Prime Minister Mia Mottley and historian Dr. June Soomer spoke of a time when national borders were less of an impediment.
I want to tell you how my concept of civilization started. As a young child, I was very much included in a Barbadian society that lived outside of Barbados. So there was, up to about 5 years ago, a small house on Crumpton Street, right opposite the Harrison College gate, where my 3 old aunts who died Mom died at 94, Auntie Constance died at 96, and Aunt Viola died at 103. These 3 entrepreneurial women traveled the seas between St. Lucia and Barbados, trading.
The sentiment was echoed by Dr. Barnett.
My grandparents were from Jamaica. They just got on a boat and went. And there was nobody to say you had to, there was no immigration proceedings at all. And
today, the reality is starkly different. While the CARICOM Single Market and Economy, CSME, allows for free movement of skilled nationals in 12 categories, including artists, media workers, and university graduates, many ordinary citizens still face significant bureaucratic hurdles. Intra-regional migration, while growing, remains a fraction of the out-migration to North America and Europe. This has created a paradoxical situation where we are culturally connected but physically separated.
Something has to be fundamentally wrong with a Caribbean that in the 3rd decade of the 21st century still defines itself by imperial demarcations that are not born of our culture and our reality.
The call now is to address this vulnerability. Leaders are demanding that we move past the colonial mindset and take deliberate action to forge a stronger, more united destiny.
And we have to, it is our duty, if we are building a Caribbean civilization, to ensure that there is equality and equity built into that concept.
The challenge is clear. Build a system that reflects our shared identity, not our colonial legacy. I'm Jewel Green George for Tobago Updates Television News.
The National Entrepreneurship Development Company, NEDCO, is celebrating a tremendous response to its micro and small business grant scheme, with over 4,000 applications received. The state-owned enterprise, a key driver in Trinidad and Tobago's diversification push, announced the closure of the application period as it begins the process of selecting successful candidates. NEDCO's CEO, Calvin Maurice, hailed the overwhelming interest as a testament to the enduring entrepreneurial spirit of Trinbagonians, particularly among young youth and women, who accounted for over 61% of applicants. The grant, which provides up to $20,000, is a crucial tool for a sector that comprises up to 90% of all registered businesses in the country, employing an estimated 200,000 people. According to NEDCO, the program has been a resounding success, fostering innovation and economic growth across 19 diverse sectors, including agriculture, manufacturing, ICT, and entertainment. NEDCO has indicated that despite the closure of this grant, they are committed to finding alternative ways to support entrepreneurs who missed this cycle. The Eastern Credit Union is reporting a second consecutive year of significant losses, totaling nearly $30 million for the financial year 2023. This news comes just ahead of its 50th annual general meeting scheduled for September 6th in San Fernando. This comprehensive loss represents a 52% increase from the $19.3 million loss recorded in 2022, with an expenditure increase of $7.8 million and an operating income decrease of $3.9 million. The figures were disclosed in the credit union's 2023 annual report, which included its audited statements published in August 2025. Their annual report attributes the deficit to challenges including loan delinquency and broader economic pressures stemming from the COVID-19 pandemic. The credit union's performance and governance have been the subject of public scrutiny, with members and former executives calling for investigations and expressing concern over a lack of action by regulatory authorities. The ECU, which serves over 8,000 members, holds a $1.4 billion portfolio and has encouraged its members to meet their loan commitments to help maintain its financial health. AGM attendance registration opened on August 25th and closed earlier today, August 29th. More news on the weekend weather report are next. Stay with us.
Hair goals, we've got 'em. At S&R Hair Fantasy, we provide a wide variety of quality hair, the latest hair accessories, adult toys, skin lightening products, female underwear, and much more under one roof. Check us out on Shelbourne Street in Plymouth or call us at 317-0808. We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. S&R Hair Fantasy for queens who know exactly what they want.
I send in a big dirty bun for you. Better than them. And I have a big dirty bun for you. So you better door run. Come on, fun, me say door run. Good morning, Bacchanal. How do you do? Get very critical. Talk to you, but it's a long road. I'm going on, and I need somebody to me life. I stay sure.
Tobago, it's time to celebrate.
Get ready for Scarborough's biggest event of the year, the Tobago Independence Day Celebration 2025.
One island, one day, one unforgettable experience. Start the day right with a 5K road race from 6 a.m. Then from 7:30 a.m., it's on to the 10K cycling road race.
On the Scarborough Esplanade, the action heats up from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. with the Sport and Family Day Fun Zone, with activities like powerboat races, goat racing, and for the kids, bouncy castles, face painting, and much more. And if you're looking for a quiet day, from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Shore Park Complex, feel the spirit with harmony in prayer and song. Then it's straight to the amphitheater for the Lime Gospel Concert from 6 p.m.
And what better way to wind down the day with an open-air movie night under the stars at the Botanical Gardens from 8 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Bring your family,
grab your friends,
and come and be a part of the island's proudest moment.
Faith, culture,
family, and fun.
This is Tobago at its best, and you're invited.
Welcome back. A major disruption is hitting the global postal system. The Trinidad and Tobago Postal Corporation, TT Post, has announced the temporary suspension of all merchandise shipments to the United States. The move is a direct response to a new U.S. executive order that ends the de minimis exemption. This exemption previously allowed goods valued at $800 or less to enter the country duty-free. As of today, August 29th, all international postal items containing merchandise, regardless of value, are now subject to custom duties. The change has created logistical challenges for postal services worldwide, with economic implications for local small businesses and individuals who rely on international shipping for e-commerce and personal packages. TT Post says it is actively engaging with international partners to resolve the matter and resume services as soon as possible. Letter mail and documents are not affected. The TT Post announcement comes as other national postal carriers, including those in India and several European nations, also temporarily halted their merchandise shipments to the United States in response to the same order. This is what TNT Met Office says you can expect from the weather. Tonight, generally fair and hazy despite a few isolated showers, mainly after midnight. Tomorrow, mainly hazy and at times breezy conditions, with a medium chance of isolated showery interruptions. There is also a low chance of an odd heavy shower or thunderstorm. On Sunday, a few spotty showers favoring early morning will interrupt a generally sunny, slightly hazy and at times breezy day. Nighttime will be mostly fair. The Met Office warns that winds may gust at times, especially in the vicinity of showers. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. Let's recap the headlines before we go. Minister of Defense visits Chief Secretary. Education gaps in Tobago highlighted by tutor officer. And Tobago public cemeteries get upgrades. I'm Kristen Salandi. Thank you so much for joining us and have a great and safe weekend.